Tantor Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents The Pie Life, a guilt-free recipe for success and satisfaction by Samantha Ettus. Narrated by Samantha Ettus. For my treasured trio, Ella, Ruby, and Bowen, may you always lead a life you love. Note to listeners: this book is comprised of the opinions and ideas of its author, who is neither a medical health, psychology, nor a psychiatric professional. The content of this book is meant solely for general informational and entertainment purposes on the subjects addressed in the book. The author and publisher are not engaged in the rendering of medical, health, psychological, or psychiatric professional services within this book. The ideas and concepts in this book are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any medical health, mental, physical, psychological, or psychiatric problem or condition, nor are they meant to substitute for professional advice of any kind. The listener should consult his or her medical, health, psychological, or other competent professional before adopting any of the concepts in this book or drawing inferences from it. The content of this book, by its very nature, is general, whereas each reader's situation is unique. Therefore, as with all books of this nature, the purpose is to provide general information rather than address individual situations, which books by their very nature cannot do. The author and publisher specifically disclaim all responsibility for and are not liable for any liability, loss, or risk, personal or otherwise, which is incurred as a consequence, directly or indirectly, of the use and application of any of the contents of this book. Any and all product names referenced within this book are copyright and trademarks of their respective owners. None of these owners have sponsored, authorized, endorsed, or approved this book in any way. Unless otherwise noted, the author is in no way affiliated with any brands or products recommended in this book. Introduction. My then 5-year-old daughter Ella sat in the kitchen eating breakfast and talking excitedly about her upcoming school play. She looked up as she heard me gasp, "What's wrong, Mommy?" "Oh, nothing, love." How I wish that were true. Ella's first kindergarten performance was scheduled for the same day as a critical business event I had committed to 6 months earlier. While she would be singing her heart out on stage in Los Angeles, I would be in Boston speaking to 8,000 women gathered at the Massachusetts Conference for Women. I felt overcome with guilt. My daughter would be devastated to hear I wouldn't be there for her big performance, and I desperately wanted to attend. Of the many shapes and sizes of mommy guilt, this was Mount Everest. This didn't mean I was prepared to miss my speech. It just meant that I needed to think of a backup plan, and fast. I contacted my mom friend who travels the most, and she suggested the dress rehearsal. Of course, why hadn't I thought of that? I would attend the dress rehearsal, and my husband would also video her part for me at the main event. With this plan in place, I delivered the news, and Ella was surprisingly satisfied. Another messy moment had bitten the dust. I've coached thousands of women over the years, working moms, single moms, stay-at-home moms, on-ramping moms, stepmoms, C-level moms. I've spoken to thousands more who've called into my radio show. They've all experienced moments like this, times when they felt they just couldn't keep up. Sadly, many have reacted by changing or giving up on their careers because of these messy moments. Blaming their job for their imperfect personal life, they've cut back their hours, looked for a more family-friendly career, or left the workforce entirely. The thing is that stay-at-home moms have all had these moments too, but as working moms, we rush to blame our careers. When I asked journalist Lisa Belkin for her thoughts on this topic, having covered it in her now famous 2003 Opt-Out Revolution piece for the New York Times, she said, "We go into jobs for rational reasons and leave them for emotional ones." I've seen this time and again, women making snap decisions at challenging moments rather than...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?